Good morning. Come walk with me through my garden. I thought I would start here with my little finchies on my brome feeders. I love these feeders. As you can see, I have two. They were fighting over the feeder, so I heard that if they're fighting, you need to add another feeder, so I did. These ones are great. Totally squirrel proof, although I'm not sure the squirrels are interested in the Niger seed. So even when I put a little bit of crushed sunflowers in there, the squirrels don't get it. So love those feeders. My name is Pauline, and I thought I'm always thinking, why didn't I take before pictures of where's my doggie? Hi, Lana. Why don't I take before pictures of the gardens before I get going and start doing things? And so, since I'll never ever be finished in the garden, I thought, why not start taking videos? So I'm going to do a little walkthrough with my camera this morning. Usually I always walk through in the mornings to see what has changed from the day before. If you're a gardener, you'll understand that the slight little changes that you notice are things that you noticed today that you didn't notice yesterday. So I live in Rigaud, Zone 5B, Rigaud, Quebec. I moved here in June 2022, which means I've been here. This is my third summer. So almost nothing has been in this garden for more than 3 years. I did a lot. So in this garden here, I took up the raised fire pit, which you can see through the trees. That was here. The garden had different things in it. I took everything out of the garden in front of it. And I'm a Hosta lover, so these videos will be Hosta heavy. But yeah, so I took up you couldn't see through this, and I took up all the trees so that you could see through for the entire property. So I did that everywhere. And also you can kind of see the fence at the back. I put that in as well because of the dogs. I wanted them to be able to run, and I didn't want to be worrying about where they were. So I took up all of this here. Was a hot mess. I'll go over that at some point. And yeah, so I took up all the trees. So now you can see from the house through the property right back to the woods. So I am on a mountain backing onto a forest. The forest doesn't look too dense because there's a hydro cut back there. So they just came through this year and actually cut everything down. But otherwise, it's on a forest. So, and new for me, starting last year, I started putting in these rocks as my sort of mulch. So I wanted borders on the beds and I wasn't sure what to do. So I started doing rocks and then with a rock mulch. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, don't mulch with rocks. It gets so hot for the plants, but it has been fantastic. And because there's so much shade here, the heat has not been an issue. So the plants love it. I love it. And for weeding, I'm telling you, I have hardly done any weeding in the rock. I mean, there's plenty of weeding to do, as you'll see, but I've hardly done any weeding where I put the rocks down. So I'm continuing with that, hopefully in all the beds. I won't get it done this year, maybe next year. It is hard work, but it definitely pays off. So as I said, hostas galore. I do know a lot of the names of them, but I don't know all the names. And sometimes I just see a hosta and I put it in and I completely forget. So if you like the names, I will give as many as I can. I know this one is Brother Stefan. It's starting to look good. He just went in last year. And the mosquitoes are crappy right now, so they're coming for me. I forget what this one is there. I think it might have a tag. So there are a lot of natural ferns here. Not your typical ostrich fern. I don't know what it's called. I mean, there was so much of it here. When I got here, I considered it just to be a weed. So everywhere that you see where I've put the hostas, there's some astilbe in there, some heuchera. This was full just with the ferns and weeds. So, and a strangling climbing vine. So we got rid of the vine, but you can see I still need to get a lot of weeds out of here, and then I want to get those rocks down so they don't come back. So let's walk around. So that path there, that I put in as well. So here's another one that needs some rocks. I just bordered out along the grass. It kind of makes it easier for cutting as well. So I put in this golden tiara, and underneath there is a little Let's Twist Again Hosta, I believe. But I don't know, he looks terrible, so he might get moved. This hosta was here already, so I think I just moved it back a little bit more into the garden. And then we have, so here's the other side, the other view. So as you can see now, you can see right through to the other side of the property. So it's about an acre. In Quebec, they measure in square meters, which is weird. But so 38,000 square feet here. Yeah, so here we have orange marmalade, margarita, frozen margarita. I believe this is Rainforest Surprise, Rainforest Sunrise, something like that. This one here is Prince of Darkness. Really like this hosta, but he's going very slowly, so I may move him next year. It's a lot of maple trees, of course, maple syrup in Quebec. So I took my chances for some hostas. Oh my goodness, these bugs are going to make me cut this off pretty early. I took my chances putting some hostas under the maple trees. Some of them are okay, some of them not happy. So as you can see here, Regal Splendor is happy and Queen Josephine is not. So she'll get moved either this year shortly or next year. Yeah, this one is doing, I think this is lungwort. It's doing quite nicely. It got very big this year. And you can see I've got all my little stilettos, hosta stilettos, kind of bordering. I need to sort of clean them out, first of all, from the weeds, because I don't know if it's driving you nuts to look at them, but it makes me crazy. But I need to clean out and then kind of line them up a little bit better so that they actually make the nice border that they're supposed to. Very quick grower. I'm not sure how I have so many of them now, but they've definitely multiplied. So that's always nice in your garden to get free plants. This heuchera was here. I moved it from somewhere else. They had a lot of lime colored plants all in one garden, so I moved a lot of things around. Back there, I believe, is Victory. And this one came with me, and that is a no-namer. Hi, kitty. I think. She's a menace in the garden. When I moved here, so it's about a 6-hour drive, and I moved here and brought, I would say, 75 to 80 plants with me because I could not bear to leave my hostas behind. So I believe this is Ghost Rider. So I brought them all with me, and everybody survived except one. I don't remember which one actually it was that didn't survive, but I was really happy about that. And in hindsight, I'm glad that I did it. So you're looking at this terribly messy garden. Like I said, I can't stand even to look at it, but I've been working in other areas. So here's Rainbow's End, a nice one that actually has a shiny leaf, which is different for a hosta. And oh man, I don't remember what this one is. And so all of this is going to get cleared out and rocked over, and then we should have a much better. It just makes the plants pop. So I put this one under here, but the squirrels have just taken it apart. So I love the squirrels. They're super cute, but oh boy, they could make some mess. So let's look and see the difference between the rocked garden beds. So that bed over there, I'll walk through that another day. That's full of hostas as well. I guess everything here is basically full of hostas. So I went around this tree and made a little garden. So as you can see, the plants just pop much better. So I haven't weeded this area yet this year, and you can see hardly any weeds. So here's a May apple that my dad brought me from Ontario last year. I put it in, and it has become 2. We've got a hosta going here. Not sure. I think that might be wide brim. And just makes the plants pop so much better. And you can see the same thing here. So again, I edged out a garden here. Not even edged out. I put the rocks down and then plop the plants in and then put the rocks over. And I will say there's double layer of garden barrier underneath that. So I buy regular garden barrier and I double it over and put it underneath. And then once I put it in, sorry if this is very shaky, but I'm waving bugs away from me. Once I put it in, I don't put another plant in. So once the rocks go down, the garden is done, which is good for me because it stops me from adding more. So this is Hosta Binky, which I bought because I call my little dog, I call her Binky. This is Abaca drinking gourd, which just put in last year in this spot. I moved him in. There's a dicentra. It's looking very yellow because it's quite shady back here. I believe this is cherry berry. I'm pretty sure that's cherry berry. A little fern. I'm not too happy Hakara here. Pretty sure that's Hosta Patriot. Touch of Class, maybe. Let's see. Maybe this one is Rainforest Surprise. I don't know. And then some bloodroot that came also from my dad's garden. A little whimsical bird feeder. I love these little things, just popping them around in random places in the garden. So yeah, so that's about it. It's a little bird feeder up there. So that's my garden. Some of it, a few of them. Next time I'll go over another one, but let's chronicle the craziness of Polly's garden. Have a great day, all.